I have always been a fan of synchronicity. My mom used to say that I had a very sharp intuition, a radar that would tell me in advance when the phone would ring or when someone would knock on the door. My story is full of coincidences, or should I say destiny? Is our life already written? Would there be a higher power writing our entire stories in advance? Well, I was young and happy. I was 20 years old and pleased with my simple life as a student, living in my apartment in downtown Paris. I was always working on a new project, something to put into practice. One day, I attended a wedding. At the ceremony, I greeted the guests, I danced, and I had pleasant interactions with people I had just met. And I saw from afar a young man. He was one of the guests, and he would cross my path every now and then. He had a very deep look in his eyes, until the moment he approached me and we started talking. He wasn't from around and was just passing by for a few days. We spoke a little, and for the first time, but somehow it was as though we knew each other for a long time. There was this mutual feeling of compatibility. It was very pleasant, although it was clear to me that our encounter would not last long. He went back to his country that same week, and I never saw him again. Although I never really forgot about him and how he made me feel. Well, life went on, and I turned 30. I had a very good job as a journalist in France. I was working on a story and had to go to a small train station near the office I worked at. Someone's phone rang, and the person answered, speaking in Spanish. Automatically, I looked back because I was very curious to know who the person speaking on the phone was. I turned around and I noticed that on the same bench where I was sitting, there was that man. The same man from the wedding ceremony that I had attended more than 10 years prior. He hadn't changed much, but I recognized him mainly by his eyes. That same fascinating, deep gaze. I introduced myself and he recognized me instantly. We looked deeply into each other's eyes in silence, surprised. We started talking until my train arrived. Before getting on the train, I make it very clear to him. We can't. I'm a married woman now. I get on the train and we never see each other again. Life went on. My marriage didn't work out, but we keep a good relationship because of the three children we had together. I have a joyful and satisfying life, but to relieve the stress and loneliness, I write every night on an online forum. On this forum, I publish chronicles, stories about my life as a single mother living in Paris. Just short stories about my daily life. All the members share their own stories, which we comment on and evaluate. I loved that environment. We were all anonymous. We used nicknames. The art of writing has always been very stimulating and fun for me, until one day, someone with a nickname I had never seen before leaves a comment on one of my articles about my country of origin. And we start chatting. He's smart, educated, expresses himself very well. The conversation soon becomes personal. We talk about ourselves, and I realize I know him. For the third time, the same man popped up in my life. For the third time, life brought us together. Over the course of 30 years, our encounters could not have been more random and never at the right time. We finally began a relationship, and it lasted a few years, but it was never really possible for us to lived together. We lived in different countries. I had my children and he had his. We had incompatible careers. Our lives followed their course, and for a long time we continued to see each other, but from a distance, without really reaching each other. An illusion, a distant light, almost hallucination. If there is such thing as destiny, mine was not with him. My life was elsewhere. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have your own story to tell, send it by email to tellmyreallifestory@gmail.com. See you soon.